Hello, Knights of the Rolled Table, and thank you for listening. Happy New Year. Hope you had a wonderful holiday season with family and friends and people you love. We had a nice little Knights of the Rolled Table get-together in December, and it was great. This episode is full of a lot of stuff. When last we saw our team, they were fighting John Fletcher in the form of Cambionatrix the dragon, who has been dead for several hundred years. And the last thing that happened was, in a legendary action, the mysterious fog rose up that seems to be made of deadly ghostly kobolds. It rose up, and when the fog receded, Sarsa and when the fog receded, Sarsa and the Earth Elemental were nowhere to be seen. Let's pick it up there. And don't forget, take care of yourself, take care of each other. Happy New Year, and make life an adventure.
Like necrotic energy
Yes.
at play here. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It's necromancy very clearly at work.
For sure.
Gotcha.
That will bring us to Randall.
Randall is going to use his movement to aim the fly, and he's going to go. We're going to come down and pick up. He's going to say, "Jump on!" He's going to jump on and then take you back and trying to send back over to, where do you want to go? The head, the neck?
Go close to the head. The head.
Oh, okay. The butt is very sensitive.
I don't want the butt.
Okay.
I want the head.
All right. Very good. He's going to cruise him over to the head.
Okay.
And then let him drop.
I'll fall. Yeah. I'm going to land on the head. Jump.
Will that be my action, or could I take another action?
That will be all of your movement. So I think once you are towing Oliver, that probably slows you down a fair bit, but you're able to get that. We'll say that like Cost is able to successfully get Oliver up to the head. So let's kind of pause Randall's turn, because you could use some stuff as we come back to it and go back to Oliver's held action.
All right. So as I fall, I want to attack. I'm going to use my held action to attack.
All right.
And I'm aiming right for the head, even though I know it's dead. I'm still gonna blunt force trauma, try to knock it senseless. Since it's a held action, do I still get the 2 attacks because it's an action?
I say yes.
Okay. All right, 2 attacks. 32.
Hit.
21 bludgeoning damage. 23 to hit.
Also hits.
I'm using up all my charges of the staff. So there'll be 17 extra bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And make another stunning strike. Con save.
Smaller dragon, not quite as good con, but it's enough. It succeeds.
Rats. Okay. I've hit it, and now I'm gonna try to grab on again. I'm grabbing onto the head.
Okay.
Ha!
Well, sir, you're able to do that. Whether or not you withstand it trying to get you off of its head would be a different thing. So you're latched onto the head after doing some damage. Randall, do you want to do anything else with your turn?
Potentially. Now follow my logic here.
Oh, God.
All right. Randall is a alchemist, subclass of the artificer.
It checks out.
So he's going to have a lot of chemicals, a lot of things he's collected along the way, and stuff like that. Now we saw Sarsa disappear in the fog. We don't see Sarsa. Now the spell Flaming Sphere requires these components: a bit of tallow, a pinch of brimstone, and a dusting of powdered iron.
Yeah.
Okay. Now what if I replace the brimstone with holy water, and that could make like a holy fireball, a holy sphere that would maybe burn away some of the fog so that we could see where Sarsa is and maybe keep that fog at bay. I mean, that's science.
We're going to resolve this with, I would say, an Arcana check to see if you're successful in figuring out if all of that could
You're
work out.
tapping into another class abilities.
Yeah. I don't know. I've seen a cleric do this kind of. I've seen a paladin do this stuff. I think I get it. A 15.
It's still a flaming sphere, but you've got some, like, if you, assuming you cast it, like,
Yes.
it's got some, holy curveball on it. So, like, it might work. So, what do you want to do with it? You're going to cast it and send it into the fog?
I'd like to cast it kind of near where I last saw Sarsa to kind of burn away some of the fog, hopefully, or at least illuminate where she might be.
The fog overtook everybody and then receded. So the fog is now back where it is. There's nothing where Sarsa was. There's a lot of fog around. So you could start it where Sarsa was and roll it.
Where
downhill.
It was, and then go down into the fog. Yeah, would be the plan.
Okay, so you
5-foot diameter sphere.
Summon a holy flaming sphere, Patman. And nothing happens when you kind of summon it in Sarsa's spot. She's not invisible there or anything, which probably would have been bad. And you just sort of let it roll naturally downhill into where the fog is. And it does kind of burn and push the fog back, which will lead us right into Sarsa's turn in initiative, because it does, in fact, reveal Sarsa. And Sarsa, that gives you a sense of, from your perspective, cutting to Sarsa's perspective, immersed in fog and being torn at all over by unseen kobold claws and maybe teeth and tiny weapons or whatever. But, you can't see any of them. You just see the fog. And it's hard to breathe, and you're being overtaken. It's hard to think straight. And then the fog parts. It's burned away. You feel a surge of her holy power. All of a sudden, the claws retract, and for a moment, you are free. What do you want to do?
Idiot. John Fletcher, you don't have to do this. There's another way. You've resigned yourself, but you don't need to. I know there's deep sadness within you, and you don't want to be doing this. If you just stop for 10 seconds, we could talk this through.
The dragon says, I think we're well past any other ways, Sarsa.
No, if you just gave yourself a chance, you could be better than this. Do I have any insight on what the holy force is that has removed the kobolds from me?
Yeah, a big flaming sphere. You don't really know where it came from. That's not, you do know, I think that's a flaming sphere, and that's not what flaming spheres are do. As a cleric, you have a sense that there's some weird holy power invested in it. So you don't really know what that happened, other than it would be good to seize the moment to get out of the fog moat.
Saloon, have you come?
Sarsa, I did a thing, Sarsa.
Oh, I really thought that was Saloon. That's a little disappointing. All right, but really happy for you, Randall. She will run out of the fog, and she's going to cast Moonbeam, which will be a 5-foot radius little cylinder of light right on Randall's face. I tried to talk to you. You only get one try.
Hold on, Randall the Possum Man? Or are you talking about John
Not
Fletcher?
Randall. Oh my God, John Fletcher. I'm sorry. It's because you guys both have such middle class names. I'm sorry.
Randall's the big bad. He's been the big bad all along.
Twist.
Randall is
I
actually
know that, but also
John's
I'm
last.
annoyed. Anyway, so we're gonna cast Moonbeam, which is a concentration spell, and I will cast that as a level 4 spell.
You are casting that on the dragon's head?
Yes.
So I believe you did miss this, but because you're in the fog. But as you look up to the dragon's head, you can just let's play this out a little bit, because the dragon is up high, really high. It's got a really big head. So roll a quick perception check
Somewhere
as
on
you
his
go up
person.
and target this.
28.
Ooh, good perception. All right, you go up there to cast right on it.
I rolled a 19 and I'm +9 to perception.
That's plenty either way. So you are beginning to cast your moonbeam right on its head, and as you look up, you get just kind of a glimpse of I think somebody's actually up there, which is enough for you to deduce that Oliver is actually clinging to the top of its head. So you might want to adjust to a different part of its body.
All right, I'm gonna go for his. Nope, not gonna do that.
His body.
I love it. I can see this look on Zach's face when he knows I'm making more editing for him to do later. I'm just gonna right through the heart.
Okay.
So I mean, wherever the perpendicular of the heart would be.
So yeah, I mean, you're casting down kind of like right between its wings, so pass through where its heart is.
Yes.
It's Moonbeam. What is that? It's a save?
Con save.
What's
which
the DC?
for me will be a DC 17.
It's going to pass that. Is that half damage?
Yes. So that's going to be 20 radiant damage.
All right. You see that Moonbeam like pass all the way through it. It kind of like passes through the heart. And that Moonbeam stays in place, right? It's concentration?
It is.
Is the celestial concentration?
I'm sorry?
Is
No,
the summoning the coatl? That's just there, regardless of concentration.
Oh, no, you're right. It is concentration. Oh.
That's okay. Let's not worry about it.
I really thought that we were going to just be able to talk this out, all right? I figured there's been enough bloodshed and fighting. I really thought that my insights with the coatl, I thought that we were just going to let feelings take the lead here. But no, I guess it's just going to be swords and lightning yet again.
And let's move on to Branch.
Cambionatrix is flying, yes?
Yes.
How high is it?
About 30 feet.
Can my giant scorpion reach it? I'm a large creature. You said 10 feet?
Like by reaching up? I don't think it's probably going to reach 30 feet.
Oh, 30 feet. I thought you said 10.
Yeah. No.
My giant scorpion's almost dead, so I suppose it did its job of being a damage sponge. So I'm going to use my bonus action to dismiss it and just become Branch.
Okay.
And I'm going to cast Feeble Mind on the dragon. Ooh! Feeble Mind?
Yeah.
Jeez. Using my 1 level 8 spell slot.
Oh my gosh.
Tell us about Feeble Mind.
This is intense if it works.
Now you blast the mind of a creature that you can see within range, attempting to shatter its intellect and personality. The target takes 4d6 psychic damage and must make an intelligence saving throw. There does not appear to be any sort of like way of round getting hit with the 4d6, but it has to make an intelligence saving throw versus my DC 18.
Okay.
So I'll roll my damage first, which is 18 psychic damage.
So it will take that damage. It will fail the saving throw, but it will use a legendary action or a legendary resistance to will the further effects away.
That's okay. So that's okay. We want them to burn it.
Yeah, no, that's good. All right, because that's good because if it had failed, its intelligence would have been reduced to a 1, as would its charisma.
That seems less dramatic as a final boss fight. So,
and then Branch.
That's why legendary resistance exists.
Going to attempt to just not be really obviously standing out in the open because now I'm just a goblin standing there, and that's his turn.
You like burrow down in the treasure, or you get behind something.
Can you just
scoop up some treasure, hide behind it?
Oh no! I'm going to hide now.
Yes, Branch will die.
Okay, going to Cambionatrix. We're missing a lot of saves here because all of you should have been making saves against Frightful Presence and some con saves for these guys. So let's actually just have everybody who was afraid before. Let's go ahead and right now roll your attempt to shake off the fear. Another wisdom save.
Earth Elemental got an 18.
Doesn't do it. So if you're 19
or
or above, 19 or above, you can end your end your Frightful Presence. Otherwise, that's still in place. We're going to do a multi-attack. There's not really a point in repeating Frightful Presence, right? I guess there could be if people succeeded, but we're not going to do that. 3 attacks. 1 with its bite and 2 with its claws. So it is going to... Where is everybody? Branch just turned back into Branch. Randall is up above. Oliver is on it.
On the head.
Tiburon is standing around where it took off from. Sarsa just scurried up from the fog. All right. So in that scenario, who would get bitten. I think it's going to take a bite at Randall, buzzing around annoyingly, making a lot of trouble. So a 22. 22 on Randall and his fly.
Yeah, that's going to hit.
One target. You're going to take 19 piercing damage plus 8 necrotic damage from its residual breath.
19 plus 8.
Yeah, so 27 altogether. It's going to do 2 claw attacks. It's going to land. It's going to kind of like swoop past and try to scoop people up. Is that a part of this? I'm going to say it's a part of it. So it's going to try to snatch up Branch and Sarsa. So each of you, Branch, 29 to hit. That's going to scoop up Branch in its claw, and it's going to grab onto you. So take 15 slashing damage, and you are in the dragon's claw. It's going to do the same thing to Sarsa. Go ahead and make a Constitution save to try to rescue your Earth Elemental.
I don't even know where my Earth Elemental is.
Sarsa, for you, it's a 20.
17.
That was your con save, so you're good on the Coatl.
Oh, that was to see if I was keeping my concentration on the Earth Elemental?
No, you got hit by the claw separately. Roll a concentration save after that. Elemental, wherever it is still up. You are in a dragon's claw. Sarsa, claw attack is 20. Does that hit?
Yes, 20 will hit.
So you are also going to take 15 slashing damage plus 8 necrotic damage for a total of 23. Oh, I'm sorry. That's for a bite. So just the 15 slashing damage, but you are also in its claw. So now it is holding, it's back on the ground on its hind legs, but it's got Branch in one claw, Sarsa in another claw. Oliver still on its head.
I have a reaction.
Oh, yeah, you do. Okay. Let's do that.
Because I have my Thunderous Rebuke.
Mm-hmm.
They have to make a dex save.
Oh, 19.
That'll save, but they still take half. So so 12 do lightning damage.
Okay. So you shock it, do that damage, but it's able to keep a hold of you.
Yeah.
Well done. And Cambionatrix went. That's the end of Cambionatrix' turn. That takes us to the Earth Elemental. The Earth Elemental sensation is also being enveloped in fog, being torn apart by tiny hands that it cannot see. Like it's having like rocks and pebbles like clawed off of it, and it's being scraped away. What does Earth Elemental want to do? It's also still afraid, very afraid. This has been a terrible, terrible brief existence for this Earth Elemental. What does it want to do? It just somehow keeps getting worse.
Is the ground upon which the Earth Elemental is currently standing non-magical, unworked earth and stone or stone?
Standing on treasure.
Yeah, it would not be. I mean, it is of the earth, but it's not. It is non-magical, but it's not unworked, and it's not stone. It's treasure. It's metal.
Can he even try to go towards the dragon? Because, or try to go back uphill because the dragon's there and I'm frightened of it. So I think I just have to hang out in the fog, right? There's not much I can do. Can I fight the fog?
You know, it doesn't know where it is, so its ability to run away for the dragon is impaired. I think the scary thing is whatever's tearing at it, so I will permit it to kind of like claw its way uphill until it can like see the dragon, at which case it can go towards it.
Okay, I'll do that. I will claw my way up the hill, or he will.
Let's give a Constitution roll for the Earth Elemental to have presence of mind to do that.
Constitution. Hey, something he's good at. All right. That's a nat 20 plus 5.
Ooh. All right. So it's able to pretty well grab on, just like feel uphill, grab onto a handful of treasure and pull its way up. And each kind of like grab gives it a little bit more confidence that that's working. And it is able to get up to what is essentially the shore with the fog below, up in, able then to see the dragon, which is back on the ground with you in its claw. And so it can't advance any further, but it's not being attacked by fog kobolds anymore.
I think Earth Elemental will just wrap its rocky arms around its head and curl into the fetal position while it is terrified of Cambionatrix.
That brings us to Axel Coatl.
Just for environment, my fly in the chomping got knocked all the way down. So when the mouth opened back up, after the bite. It was just Randall, and he fell to the ground.
All right, so Randall's back on the ground. No more fly. It probably reverts to its ebony form in your pocket or whatever. Axolotl. Jen, what do you want to do?
Axolotl is going to cast Shield on Sarsa.
Nice. Shield's usually a reaction.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. Ugh. Man. Okay, that doesn't help me.
It's got
Sorry,
Cure Wounds.
guys.
It's got Bless. That would be good. Lesser Restoration. Probably not necessary. Sanctuary would be probably what you're thinking about.
Yeah, but Sanctuary
Reward a
doesn't that
creature.
like break if you attack?
Attack it.
If the Coatl attacks?
If the thing that is being sanctuaried attacks, I believe.
Yeah, so it basically would only be
Yeah.
good on her until she attacks.
Yes, but your turn's not for a little while, so that's not necessarily all bad. But I would say, I mean, looking at the spells here, I would say if you want to be protective, Bless might be the best bang for
Yeah,
your buck.
let's go. Let's just bless. I love it when Zach has to figure out how to play my characters for me. It's great.
Or you could change its shape into something, further complicate things.
Yeah, let me do more research now to figure out something to change it into. That sounds great. Listen, I regret this decision, and I had a whole week to figure this out. Sorry, guys. Let's just do bless. Let's do bless. So we'll bless Randall. Or is Oliver in range within 30 feet?
I'm on the
Or
dragon.
We'll say yes. It's back on the ground, so
Within
yeah,
30
just
feet.
barely.
So then Oliver, Tiburon, and Randall. Sorry,
Woohoo.
Bridge. So basically you get a D4.
D4 to
On
attack
your
and saving throws, which seems very useful in a fight against a dragon that has high
Nice.
AC and a lot of things to save against. So, got that bonus.
We'll take it.
All right, we're going back up to Oliver. Literally up on the dragon's head.
Haha! All right. I'm not going to attack it this time. I'm going to... Because it's still huge instead of ginormous, right? Or whatever.
Yes.
It's still... Okay. Can I use my staff to kind of get it under its face? Like under its mouth? To kind of hold it back? To kind of like keep its mouth shut? Like huh. I want to kind of like brace... Kind of muzzle its mouth essentially and just like use my body to kind of hold its mouth shut so it can't use any like breath weapon or anything like that. Just kind of like, that sort of thing. Does that make sense? Essentially a grapple, but
Yes.
if it's too big, then I won't do that.
I would say your opportunity to do that, yes, like Jeff is pantomiming, I think you'd have to like crawl out onto its snout
Yeah,
and try
I'd
to
be-
clench
yeah,
it
I'd be-
together.
Yeah, that's what I want to do.
Okay.
Hero moment.
How are we gonna work that out? All right. So I guess dexterity check to shimmy out there without being thrown.
Okay. 15.
Sure. We'll give that to you, making this work. I guess let's just like roll your attack to successfully make this happen. Unless you want to play it a different way. I'm just kind of winging it here. I don't want to make sure you keep doing dex checks, so I feel like a successful hit will be the employment of the grapple.
Yeah, grapple is just a strength contest. So I was gonna do a strength
Contest against the dragon? I'm for it. All right, roll strength.
No, Chris, no, you should have taken the attack.
You
should have taken the deal he got.
I just want to.
You can do that, but you can use all your attacks, I think, to try to lock it down.
All right,
It's kind of like a thumb war.
All right, with bless. Okay. +8 strength. Wait, it's a check, not a save. Okay, so +2, but plus bless is a 23.
It has a 26.
Oh, rats. Okay, do I get another chance?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can use each of your like regular attacks to try to do this.
Okay, that's better. 25.
It had a 24. Success.
Yeah.
Take that.
Yeah.
Muzzle
It
that
is.
dragon
Clamped down.
like this.
Yeah.
It's going to take a legendary action after that and do a tail attack to try to swipe you off of it.
Oh no.
Oh, that's only a 16. What's your AC?
Oh, 21.
Oh, that just misses. It's a long way around for its tail to try to hit its nose, and it doesn't quite have the full effect. But it would very much like you
trying
off
to
there.
lick your elbow. You just can't do it, Cambionatrix.
All right, is that Oliver's turn?
Yes, I'm
All right.
I'm grappling it to give it. I don't know. Try to get it. It seems like a good idea. I'm trying to hold it back, give it disadvantage on something.
It's got its 2 claws occupied by holding onto Branch and Sarsa. It's got its mouth grappled closed by Oliver. Tiburon, it's your turn. What orifice would you like for it to close?
Jeez.
Zach, we're a family podcast.
Just wait till Randall's turn. I got an idea for you.
Still frightened, right? Got to roll for that.
Yeah.
Is a 9 gonna get me there?
Oh, buddy.
Gosh.
It's the worst being frightened during a dragon fight.
Yeah. Okay. This time
It is. I will say it is
Yeah.
back on the ground, and you are roughly where you were when it left. So I'll say you're kind of like within melee range, actually, where it landed.
So too frightened to get closer, but not so frightened I can't stab it.
Give us
Is what you're saying?
some feeble
You're like-
strikes.
You're like
All right,
turning your
all
head and going, "Ugh."
Sure. Yeah. I'll turn away. I'll put up an arm. All right. And I'll just like start slashing and hope I find purchase.
Die, please die.
Go to sleep.
28, 24, 26.
All hits.
All hits, baby.
Nice.
All right. Are they full damage? Are there any penalties here?
No, that's full damage.
Or okay. I don't know how literally you wanted to take me looking away and just stabbing blindly. All right. 17, 14, and 16.
Slice.
I'm very scared.
I think that would be essentially like on its tail. It just like whipped around its tail to hit Oliver, and as it like comes back, you're able to kind of like swipe at it and catch it a couple of times, do some pretty serious damage. Maybe some dragon blood splashes out on you.
Still shaking in my boots.
So it's time for a layer action again. Fog descends again this time. It's not in the same way it did before. It kind of envelops the area all around you. So this fog just sort of like fills the whole like chamber everywhere, obscuring your vision. I think that's going to limit everybody's vision to no more than 10 feet from you. And so everybody make a Constitution saving throw.
Let's go.
My Coatl is a 17, and I'm a 7.
17.
Branch 18, Earth Elemental 7.
Oliver 19.
18 for Randall.
Ooh, all right. So some good Constitution saves. Sarsa, you are going to take 10 poison damage, unless you have some poison resistance.
I do not.
So that's from breathing this fog that's also limiting everybody's vision.
Do I need to do a concentration check?
Yes.
14.
You're good. Brings us to Randall.
All right.
Randall, you can't see past 10 feet, but you know where everything was a second ago, so you can work off that.
Might have to rewind time for this here, but I want to use when the dragon, assumably I kind of fell near the front because it bit.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of like down in front. So when I see it try and reach with its tail, its tail's going to be way forward.
Okay.
So that's when I want to use my bonus action and move that flaming sphere right up the where the tail ain't protected anymore. You know what I mean? Tail's up, so roll that flaming sphere back up the hill.
I mean,
The holy flaming sphere.
I will let you use the tail is engaged with Tiburon, essentially. I will let you use the flaming sphere to kind of try to hit it in the butt.
Yeah.
So
Just to give it a little jolt, maybe it'll drop.
I don't know quite how much movement the flaming sphere has, but we'll say it gets there. What's the damage for that? Is it automatic or a save? Might just be it burns things in its path.
Any creature that ends its turn within 5 feet of the sphere must make a dexterity saving throw or 2d6 fire damage.
I rolled a 2, so it will take that.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
Only because it's still a holy flaming sphere will it not be resistant to fire damage. So what will it take?
It will take 8 damage.
Okay.
Not a strong spell. And so that was the bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
And then now, a little bit of distraction there, a little bit of a hot seat for him.
Mm-hmm.
Randall's going to reach into his bag and he's going to pull out a little jar. It's going to have like a sticky little piece of molasses. And he's going to run up to the dragon and he's going to slap it on it. And he's going to use the magical molasses to try and slow this creature down. So it must do a wisdom saving throw, which I imagine is pretty high on a dragon, but we're going to play the odds here. So I'm casting slow. Wisdom save from the dragon, please.
Oh, man. Rolled another 2. That will bring it up to 9. Imagine that's a fail. So I think we're looking at probably another legendary resistance because it does not want to be slowed. 2 down.
It's all right. You burned it. That's what we want.
All right. Okay.
That was a good one.
So that's Randall's turn.
Okay, then that's the turn.
All right, Sarsa, you're up. In its claws, in its clutches.
Are my arms restrained at all, or can I make a melee attack?
No, your arms are free.
Sweet. How far is his other hand from me? Because
About 15 feet, Branch is in it.
Branch. How crummy is Branch looking? Like, how beat up?
Branch looks okay.
His scorpion form took most of the damage, so he's doing all right.
I've taken my fair share of decent size hits, but I'm okay.
Do it. Do what you got to do.
Oliver's also up there clamping its mouth shut, so he's also in range of a spell.
You said
something.
15 feet?
Mm-hmm. They're probably both about 15 feet from you, roughly, with some movement happening.
This DM, you can tell me if this works or not, but whatever. Let's just go for it. Let's get crazy. I'm going to use the Knight's Bond of Telepathy, and I'm going to tell Branch, cover your ears. And I'm going to cast Shatter.
I would say, do you want to tell that to Oliver, too, who's up there clamping its mouth down?
Yeah. Yes.
Great. He can't do anything about that because he's using his arms. He just knows, like...
How high is his head, though, from us?
I mean, I think it's moving around a lot. So, like, they're probably in and out of a 15foot radius. You're not going to be
it's
sure
not a
that.
15-foot radius,
message.
Zach.
Oh, okay.
It's a 10-foot radius.
Oh, you can probably get him out of that, unless it goes badly.
We're going to go ahead. We're going to cast this as a 5th level, and I'm going to use my Tempest Domain, my Channel Divinity, where basically it automatically deals maximum damage. Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
And that's a DC 17.
Rolled a nat 20. DC 27, which will fail, but it sounds like there's still a fair amount of damage involved in that. So what is going to be half damage max?
The full damage would have been 40.
So 20 thunder damage or whatever?
Yes.
So that shatter rings out. It lets go of you. That claw kind of goes limp. And the shockwave from that, I mean, it echoes tremendously in this big cavern. Like, there's the power of the shatter hits, and then, like, the shockwave radius goes out and hits all the walls of this chamber and comes back. And you all kind of, like, get hit by the power of it again. And so everybody's sort of, like, disoriented. Just the whole world goes mad for a second with just this, like, tremendous, like, percussive blast. But when the dust clears, the dragon begins to fall. Its hand goes limp, so Branch is also falling. Oliver is sort of, like, riding it down as you sort of, like, recognize the what do you want to do with that? Kind of, like, you've got it clamped shut and it's just seems like it's just dropping now. Oliver, what do you want to...
Is it like falling, like it's unconscious falling, or
that would be your best guess? Yeah.
So if it's falling down, it looks like it's going down hard. Like I'll leap off and just do a slow fall to fall down next to it. Okay. So it'll impact, and then I can land next to it.
So yeah, with a tremendous, like, collapse and coins and things fly in every direction. Each of you manages to get out from under it, except the earth elemental,
Oh, buddy.
whose final experience of this cold, cruel world is a giant dragon falls on it and smashes it to pieces. Sarsa, if you want to describe your victory from there, you can.
So when Sarsa is in the clutches of this dragon, and she sends out the call to Branch, cover your ears, and she points her hand up above her head. There's just this loud cacophonic boom that reverberates. And even though, Tiburon and Randall aren't in the blast radius, you can feel it like right in the pit of your belly. Like it's almost as intense as any subwoofer speaker you've ever heard. And it's just this kind of and it reverberates from inside of the dragon out. The dragon probably poops itself, I'm just going to say.
The flaming sphere comes back out.
Yeah, poor Zach. I just make so much. You shouldn't even let me talk because I just make more and more work for you every time.
Well done. You've defeated a dragon.
6 seasons, we finally killed a dragon.
Next season, the dungeon.
Yes, the dungeon, finally.
And we go specifically to Gravely. Gravely, you are in your cozy place.
Okay.
Shift, find the spot, find the voice. You're in your cozy place where you've been talking to John Fletcher. We recorded this without anybody else around. So back there, John had left abruptly, said something about your friends. He's back there now with you. And he's not, you don't see physical injuries, but you can tell he's torn apart. He's physically exhausted.
You look a bit worse. You look a bit worse for wear, John. Is everything all right?
Well, for you, yes. For me, I'm afraid, no.
Did my allies show up?
They did, and you have true friends, and I'm afraid this may be our last conversation.
I know you're very convinced about the way things have to be, but if I've learned anything in the past few years is that nothing is what it seems to be. You can always make changes. It's not too late. I've seen evil people become good and good people become bad, and gray, morally ambiguous people do more gray, morally ambiguous things. It's not impossible to make changes. One good deed can have a ripple effect that can change so many things. So even in the afterlife, this is a strange world.
He's breathing very heavily.
I mean, keep breathing, of course. I know we're not really here, but or ethereally here, or however this works. I mean, breath is very important.
But I'm quite tired. I think I wish you well, and I think I'll just rest a bit here, if you don't mind.
Can I ask you one question, though, before I go?
He kind of was starting to fall asleep and then sort of startles awake a little bit. Yes, sure, certainly.
I know in a past life you used to be a Fletcher, and do you prefer a triple fletching, or do you go straight for the duo? Do you find that it has a better carrying ability for soaring through the air? Or?
Oh, well, yes, I always felt that triple was overdoing it, and
me too.
Yes, yeah. We can agree on that. For my money, the double is all you need in the hands of a proper archer.
Well, thanks for that. And he turns and gravely walks away.
So back out to the lair, all of you are looking at a big, still dragon, which has just crashed to the ground on the earth elemental. And upon doing that, Randall's shrinking potion wears off. So the quite large dragon that just fell gets way bigger and knocks all of you back a little bit. Kind of a ripple of coins and things as it grows. An extra size happens. It's still down and defeated. And turning back to the kind of like chamber, the column of sort of like blue moonlightish light where Gravely was, when you look, what you see is John Fletcher in that light, eyes closed, kind of similarly. And then from out behind it walks Gravely.
Gravely?
It's very bright. Is it bright?
How did you get out of the? How did you get out of the light? Hey, it is Branch.
Gravely, we've been looking for you so long.
Gravely.
Branch, Sarsa, Tiburon, and
yes, the old guy
Randall.
Is,
yes, and
the old guy is Oliver.
Oliver, I don't. Okay, hello. Well, thank you all for. Thank you so much.
Gravely, you have to tell us where you've been. What has it been like?
Well, immediately. I mean, should we get out of here? Are we in danger? Is the place going to collapse? Well, where are we actually? This is not the castle, is it?
We are inside of a mountain, and and I point at Cambionatrix. Like we beat up a dragon to save you, but you are not in the light. So
interesting.
Gravely, you kind of like your vision is clearing up a little bit, and you like look beyond your friends, and there is a giant dragon there that looks to be like way long dead, like it's been rotting for a little bit, and has some sort of like magical. Some of its like rotted away parts are filled in with some sort of other thing.
Was I inside of this dragon?
You were in this light where this guy is.
Oh, interesting. You know, it's all very fuzzy. I don't remember a lot. I was sort of in this waiting room of sorts. No magazines. I can't tell you how long I was there. It could have been days, months, a few minutes. It's all very... It's hard to tell.
It has been a while.
I wasn't... It has been a while? Wait, how long?
Yes. How long has it been since he got taken?
1,000 years? I got lost with the Oliver stuff that we did. Maybe we've always been here.
It's been a while because we were like gone for longer.
You lost a whole month while you were on the plane of elements, and previous to that, it was at least a few weeks. So you're probably unclear because there was some time jumping every time you went through the portal, but like 6 to 8 weeks probably. It's been quite a while.
It was either 3 weeks or maybe 8 weeks or somewhere in between others. Like, let's say 6.
Gravely will go up and give them a hug if they're nearby. Like he'll just kind of hug Branch and go to hug Sarsa around the leg. And
hello,
give Tiburon like kind of a pat on the arm and just kind of like wave at Randall. Hello.
Oh, bring it in, buddy. Bring it in.
Okay.
We missed you a lot, and by we I mean they, but I also did.
Because
it was very nice.
Honestly,
the first day we were
surprised you're still around, and good for you.
You know, I am too.
And thank you, sir, for guiding, for helping. Are you? Oh, you know, I'm repaying an old debt, so to speak. I feel like, well, it's really great to finally meet you, Gravely, and I think that you are a pinnacle representative of what the Knights organization should be. So well done, sir. Right, okay. I only caught about half of that, but I mean, is there a plan? I was literally just kind of not here, and now I'm here, and so hopefully someone knows what to do.
You do kind of realize, like, we came in through the ceiling pretty far up there. Could probably figure that out. You start to sort of like piece that together. And then you hear from behind you, excuse me. And it's, you turn around and it's the form of John Fletcher now caught in the moonbeam himself. And he looks less solid than Gravely did. He looks like he's sort of made of the fog more so, and you can kind of see him sort of like slowly fading just as you're looking at him.
John, Mr. Fletcher, are you trying to join the world again, or?
This might be a long shot. I don't. I've certainly not earned any form of recompense or sympathy, but this is. I did not expect to be here, and I recognize my talks with Gravely and observations of your adventures here have shifted my thinking substantially, as well as, frankly, the Heartrend that is now continues to be present in the town doing its evil is a substantial force for not good things happening. Nobody that has earned it.
And he kind of gravely turns to everybody and says, listen, we had a great conversation in Limbo or wherever we were about this Heartrend is a very evil item. It's a corrupting item. It will make whoever has it very devious and greedy and just downright a bad person. So I don't know if does any, like, should we stop whoever has it? We should. Who has it now?
Yeah, Riggs has it.
Oh no.
And he's kind of in charge of everything now.
So things have gotten bad in town.
Zach, does Gravely have any of his stuff? Like, is he am I weak or like full health, or like what's my kind of situation?
You are probably the same situation you were in when you disappeared, which was all your stuff disappeared with you. So you are equipped, as beat up as you were after the fight with John Fletcher, which probably matches roughly as beat up as these guys are with after a fight with a dragon. So injured, not fresh, but yes, you have all your stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
And so,
right. Yeah.
John Fletcher continues. I've heard nothing, and I realize the answer by all means should be no. But I have many options, connections, and powers at my disposal that could greatly support your cause, but not from inside here. And the only way for me to come outside of here and potentially be able to help in the fight to come, which will be probably greater than you know, would be one of you taking my place.
Well, are you saying someone would have to go inside of the moonbeam so you can come out? Or you're going to like possess someone like a ghost?
Well, no, not possession. No, there's a soul required for the interchange, for the exchange, to put my form into a new form, and I was using yours against your will, Gravely, and that's over now.
Yes, you learned your lesson on that one, didn't you?
I truly did, but if one of you would lend your soul to the process, I could join you. I could join your efforts. Not right away, but the ritual is nearly complete, and I've been inside the Platinum Syndicate. I've been inside the organization, and you're bound to need knowledge that I'm bound to have. You're bound to need connections that I may be able to make, and not unsubstantially, you would have a dragon on your side.
What exactly would it entail? You would be latching on to one of us?
You would enter here, the process would complete, and at the end of that, your soul would move on. Move on to the ethereal plane. Your life on this plane would be at ends, but you'd rejoin your loved ones, your lost souls, your ancestors, those that, and you would await, as souls do, you'd await those that you love, and join those that you've lost.
Seems like a lot to ask.
It is a tremendous amount to ask, but I have literally nothing else to do. And I thought I would put it out there, so to speak.
What if Branch conjures a elemental Can the elemental go and be in the beam?
I don't think you could game the system like that, friend Branch.
I am not
Conjured
afraid.
creatures don't have the form of soul that is required for this.
Hold on. One thing I didn't quite clarify when we were having our little coffee talk, which there was no coffee, by the way. So, notes.
It's rude of
for
me. I apologize.
The manager. I'm a tea person, actually. Cucumbers, but anyway, I wasn't that hungry. Do you get hungry in Limbo? Anyway, I was. Are you a dragon? Is that has been established outside of with these? I mean, like, was this you? If you become real, can
you missed that part. I am merely a human, but this process, this ritual, would install my sense of self within the body of that creature there, and we were almost there, except for you, crazy kids.
Does that mean one of us could become a dragon instead?
I don't think so, Branch. I believe he's asking for a second chance, which I did say there are ways for you to come back. I didn't quite think it was going to be so quickly offered, but it would be quite beneficial to have a dragon on our side. I mean, think about the power and the knowledge that he has going up against the elites. I don't know but that's not worth one of your lives.
How do we know we can trust him?
We don't. It's only a gut feeling.
Do you trust him, Gravely? To keep his word?
Well, he kind of looks at John Fletcher and says, I believe what he's done here was not out of deceit, but out of genuine desire to do better, to do something that will make a difference. Now, his motivations might have been a little skewed, but he wasn't lying about what he was doing. He might have not told us all the information right away, but he was... I don't think he's a bad person. He just had a sort of bad sequence of events. So I think...
this is awfully forgiving of you, Gravely.
I know, but...
Too trusting.
Well, when you're put in a situation where you're basically dead, I thought I was in some sort of ethereal plane or like an afterlife thing, and then until you all came along, I wasn't. I sort of just reserved to the idea that I wasn't coming back. It's so hard to describe.
Well, we just got you back, Gravely. You don't get to go back there, right?
Well, he's not going back. I'll go.
No,
Oliver?
you...
Yes, Oliver,
You
I'm
can't
standing
go.
here as well.
Oh, we couldn't see you there, Oliver.
I've been sitting here quietly contemplating the situation, and, well, I think I am the logical choice. I'm also very, very old, and I've lived a good life, and I've repaid my debt to you. You got me back the love of my life, and we had a wonderful time together, and I've learned a lot. I've ended it. I would have ended it with a great adventure, and we felled a dead dragon. I mean, who's to say what's better than that? I can't repay you enough for the good times and the friendship that all of you have given me. Even Randall.
Me? Really?
Yes, you, my boy.
Wow.
You're going to be a great rat someday.
Well, not a rat.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yes, I did.
But Oliver, what about Sora and Zindel?
Well, it's probably better that I'm not around anymore. We sort of made our peace, I think. Best way that things would be for someone like me. So she's very important, and it's not in my place to get in her way. So this would solve one problem and aid her in ways that I can't just being around. So I'm sure she will forgive me eventually. with you on your explanation. Well, it's very generous of you, Mr. Olivier. Oliver. I mean, I know we just met, but wait, did you say Sora was your daughter? Boy, I missed a lot. I mean, that's incredibly kind, and I can't stop you. But I mean, these other folks that have been with you. I mean, you've clearly been with them for a bit.
We've known each other for 1,000 years.
No, that's stretching it a bit. I don't think it's been that long. It's been maybe a little over a month, but we have had quite some adventures and felled several beasts. We took down an elite or two. We traveled the plains. We fought in the fire realm. We had our minds scrambled by a ne'er-do-well demon of the abyss, and oh, the tales one will tell.
As Oliver is talking, Branch was like making way to like block him from going to the beam, but as you talk and just kind of ramble on, he just slowly steps back and is like, "No, it's okay."
John Fletcher says, I want to give you the time to process this. As you look at him, he's like very faded out. Like you can almost kind of like barely see his...
Yes, Mr. Fletchling. I will...
Time limited. Yes, please.
Yes, I understand.
Take your time, but not too much.
Right. So, let me say my goodbyes. Randall. You are a diamond in the rough, my boy, and you have great potential. Despite your smell, I believe in your future. And stop crying. You will do great things. And I would like to give you this. And he gives you his satchel, his bag. And he says, "This is a special bag. I've had it, and it's made of all kinds of materials that I've collected. It's a patchwork quilt of sorts inside, and I would like you to carry it on. You seem to be so fond of your bag, as putrid as it is, and I would like you to maybe think about using something a little bit more hearty and less stink-worthy."
I can fit so much trash in this. It's beautiful.
Yes,
it's really wonderful. He goes, "Here, I want you to have this," and he gives you a locket.
Oh,
and it's kind of like roughed up, and whatever. But it's a fine metal thing. And he says, "It's a treasure of mine." And you open it up, and there's 2 random people inside that you've never met, ever seen.
What?
Wait, like a picture of them or actual people?
Oh, just people.
No, just a picture. Yeah, but it's not Randall or any other possum people or anybody that you've met. It's just some. I thought, I don't know. People give these things to each other. I thought you might like it.
Well, thank you. I will cherish it always for the next couple of however long I'm here. He goes over to Sarsa and says, "Sarsa, what a strong and mysterious and deeply layered. Gosh, you're a werewolf. I've never known anyone quite like you, and I don't think I ever will."
Well, considering the choice you're about to make, I think you're right.
I can truly say that my daughter is grateful to have you in the organization, and never give up your dreams. If you want to be a captain and have the biggest ship or the fastest ship, you will. And I'd like to give you this to steer you to your North Star, as it were. And Oliver gives you his bracers of defense.
You know, Oliver, I make jokes and I'm uncomfortable, and I don't always. I have a hard time sometimes saying what I mean, but I really do appreciate everything that you've done for us, and Sora's amazing, and you should be so proud, and it's really been an honor getting to work alongside you these past span of time.
The honor was all mine, and I know I didn't get to spend a lot of time with Sora, but in some ways you have been like a friend, that's sort of a friend of a daughter to me, and you helped me learn that maybe I shouldn't talk so much. I'm doing it right now. Oh dear. Well, let me just move on.
Thank you.
Tiburon, it was fantastic sparring with you, and I'm so proud of the fighter and the man that you're becoming, and don't be afraid to take charge and to charge in with all of your might. You have great power, and sometimes I feel you doubt yourself. So I would like to give you this. And he's going to give Tiburon his staff, the staff of striking.
Staff of striking. Okay.
I can't remember if I changed the name of it, but I think it's a magic quarterstaff. If you want to use it or whatever, you can give it to somebody else.
Tiburon takes it.
I'm just quickly making decisions.
This is garbage, and he just tosses it over his shoulders.
It's like my mom at Christmas. Like, you probably don't like this. You can return it. It's okay.
Yeah. I imagine that's kind of what Oliver is like. He's giving the wrong things to the wrong people, and everybody's after he's gone is just gonna be like, "You take this." And you take this. Okay. I'm gonna say this is better for me. And blah, blah, blah. So, like, he's like the uncle that's like, "You like jelly beans," and like, no, that was actually her. And anyway, so use it well, and it serves me quite well, and you will do great things in the battle to come.
Thank you, Oliver. You've taught me so much, like the ability to deflect missiles, and well, I think that's the only thing. But you're an honorable man, Oliver. Thank you.
That will come in handy one day, I guarantee. And you'll think, "Oh, I remember when I learned that trick."
I shan't forget.
And Branch, I never thought I would grow so fond of a little goblin, but you have proven me wrong. You are extraordinary.
Branch never thought he could be friends with an old woman, but here we are. You are also very extraordinary.
It goes to show them that it's not what people think. Everyone should be open to new experiences.
True. Are you sure that you want to do this? Because Branch still thinks it's a bad idea.
Branch, I honestly should have moved on in this life a long time ago. The only thing that kept me going was, well, this debt that I had promised to pay you back so many years ago, and seeing my daughter one more time, and I've done both of those things. I'm tired. I'm ready. And I'm doing this for a great reason.
Branch will clasp you with on your forearm, which is probably as high up as he can reach.
He's kneeled down. Oliver's kneeled down.
Then he'll just he'll put his hand on your shoulder, and Branch will say, "You're a good person, Oliver." And he puts out his little claw hand for you to shake.
Thank you. I'm not going to touch your hand. That's a little strange. It's kind of scaly, and I've got a thing about dry skin. But I will give you this. Something I've picked up along the way, and he's going to give you his wand of magic missiles.
Ooh, fun!
It's got seven charges.
Thank you.
Of course. All right, and gravely earn this. Of course, yeah, sure. I mean, thank you again. You're okay, bye. And Oliver turns and walks, and as he's walking, he walks up to the moonbeam, and he's like, "All right, Mr. Fletcher, I'm ready for whatever fate is going to take me into the next world. And you will help these people, or so be it. I will come back and haunt your bones."
You can just barely make out the outline of him in the cool blue moonlight, but there's enough of him to look in your eyes and say, "Truly, I thank you, and I shall honor the sacrifice with everything that I have left. If you are ready, simply step into the light."
And Oliver turns and looks at the group, gives a little nod, and steps in the light.
So you step into this space, this blue moonlight, directly into the space that the last sort of vestiges of John Fletcher are occupying, and it starts to change. It goes from this kind of cool blue beam of moonlight to very warm yellow light, and those of you out there can actually kind of feel the radiance of warmth. And as this transition is happening, you hear the voice of John Fletcher saying, "Oh, that's I'm not sure anyone has done this willingly before. That might change some. And then there's nothing. And it's this bright beam of warm light. It's very bright. Neither of you can see John or Oliver in it, but you notice behind you that also the dragon starts to fade away. It fades into the fog substance, and that is all sort of collected into this beam of light that seems to be whatever it's doing, still cooking.
Huh.